You know when you buy like a piece of furniture and you open the manual and it's just this dense, terrifying wall of text? You're paralyzed before you even pick up a screwdriver.
Yeah, completely. The brain just gets instantly overwhelmed by all of it.
Right. But imagine if that manual was just, I don't know, 3 pictures and 5 words. You'd bypass all that dread and just get straight to building.
Exactly. Because you're completely stripping away the cognitive friction.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because for you listening right now, that concept of ruthless simplicity is exactly what we are applying to learning a new skill today in this deep dive. Our source material is this radically minimalist instructional blueprint we've been looking at.
It really is radically minimalist, yeah.
It's basically a guide on how to learn, but it forces these bizarrely strict constraints like no jargon, no complex grammar, and a strict mandate to keep sentences under 15 words.
Yeah, it's essentially an experiment in forced clarity. It strips out all that traditional academic padding to see how the brain actually absorbs information when you just surgically remove all the noise.
Wow, surgically removing the noise. I like that. And what's interesting is where this blueprint actually starts, because it doesn't begin with study hacks or anything like that.
No, not at all.
It demands you immediately link the deep personal why of your motivation to the mechanical when of your time management. Like, it treats them as a single, indivisible unit. It's like buying a bunch of expensive gym equipment but never actually scheduling a workout.
Right, which is structurally vital. I mean, motivation usually lives in the prefrontal cortex, right? So that's your high-level abstract thinking.
Yeah.
But execution gets derailed by the limbic system, which is constantly seeking comfort and trying to avoid hard work.
Naturally.
Yeah, so if you have the motivation but a really complex or ambiguous schedule, your limbic system just hits the brakes.
So it's like having a massive engine in a car, but a totally broken transmission. The power is there, but it can't actually drive the wheels. So does the blueprint's 15-word rule actually apply to scheduling?
Well, what's fascinating here is how that syntactic simplicity actually bypasses the brain's defense mechanisms. So instead of a complex plan like, I will study coding this weekend when I have few free hours, it just becomes Tuesday, 6 p.m., 20 minutes.
Oh, wow. That is incredibly simple.
Right. Because when you face a massive block of unscheduled time, you exceed your working memory limits. The brain perceives that ambiguity as a threat.
And that triggers procrastination.
Precisely. You are manipulating your own psychology here. A 20-minute block at a highly specific time just feels safe.
But carving out that safe block of time brings us to the actual learning phase. And this is where I really have to push back on the source material a bit.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, the blueprint explicitly demands that learners use 1 to 2 easy real-life examples only. And it strictly mandates that you avoid repetition.
Yeah, it is a very aggressive constraint.
It feels almost anti-learning to me. I mean, if you and I are trying to build a new skill, neuroplasticity relies entirely on repetition, right? We build up myelin sheaths in the brain by firing those same neural circuits over and over.
Oh, that's entirely true, yeah.
Wait, so isn't consistency literally just repetition?
You are absolutely right about how neural pathways are formed. But we have to distinguish between repeating an action and repeating an input.
Okay, wait, what's the difference there?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture of habituation, drilling the exact same complex theory over and over just causes the brain to tune out.
Ah, I see. So the brain just treats the repeated explanation as background noise, diminishing returns.
Exactly. I mean, the brain craves novelty to stay alert. So when the blueprint says avoid repetition, it means avoid monotonous, repetitive explanations.
Right, so don't read the same 10 pages of theory 5 times.
Yes. Read it once, simply, and then anchor it to a fresh, real-world example.
That completely reframes the entire concept of consistency for me. It means showing up to interact with the material in a dynamic, low-friction way, right? Keeping sessions short so you don't burn out your working memory.
Exactly. You're basically optimizing the user interface of your own mind, making the input so clean that you actually look forward to firing up those neural pathways again.
Okay, so synthesizing this highly restricted blueprint for you listening, mastering a new skill isn't about massive, exhausting deep work sessions. It requires marrying your core motivation to hyper-specific time blocks.
And maintaining consistency by ruthlessly avoiding complex grammar, slang, and monotonous repetition.
Right. You learn faster by forcing the material to be smaller.
Absolutely. Keep it extremely simple.
So think back to that terrifying, dense instruction manual we started with. If the absolute best way to bypass your brain's resistance is extreme syntactic simplicity, What difficult topic in your life are you currently overcomplicating?
That's a really great question.
And how fast could you master it if you forced yourself to explain your next step in 15 words or less?